Hey, I am very freaking bored. What's up? It's a culture detective here investigating your favorite albums. And today I'm going to be doing an album review on the new Death's Dynamic Shroud album, After Angel. American electronic vaporwave outfit Death Dynamic Shroud, the incredibly prolific outfit, is back with a new album. 2 years ago, they released Faith in Persona, and I really enjoyed it. It's short, sweet, but it is also very groovy and strange, and it's one of my first entrances into Vaporwave, which is really interesting. Also, one of the members of this group, Keith Rankin, I believe is his name, saw my video and tweeted about it. So that was a very much needed clout. So thank you for that. But aside from that, last year they released Dark Life, which is even better, way more ambitious, way more experimental. There are some really poppy moments, but then you also get a lot of very inaccessible and weird moments. It was a strange change of pace, but it is definitely way more ambitious and gigantic than Faith in Persona. And not even a single year has passed and they release a follow-up album, After Angel. And yeah, let's talk about it. After Angel is almost like a sequel to Dark Life. It is even more experimental, even more avant-garde, even less popular, and I guess it doesn't have the edginess of Dark Life, but it still has the same quirkiness and strangeness to it. A lot of the tracks on this album are incredibly glitchy, wonky, and strange, and the sound play is all over the map. Death's Dynamic Shroud is like the Vaporwave JPEG Mafia, given how JPEG Mafia does the same thing to his production style, where it's all completely glitchy, messy, and all over the place, yet somehow loosely stringed together. So we have another huge album with a lot of tracks. The album opener, Phantom U in 4 parts, has the starry keyboards, the distorted squeals and squeaks, the pitch vocals that are chopped up. Aesthetically, it's really, really pristine and really messy at the same time. It's very Death's Dynamic Shroud. But the vocals just sound really off and it just sticks out. It doesn't feel like it matches with the instrumentals, and the way they sort of continue throughout the whole track makes it a pretty awkward album opener, unfortunately. But the rest of the album is pretty solid. The track CD Player V or CD Player 5 is a pretty easygoing follow up track with some jazzy saxophones and hand claps, and the glitchy beat makes it sound like it's crippled, like a jazzy, charismatic old guy, but he's also crippled, which is pretty fun. The track Sorry Part 2 has the super reverby pitched vocals, and we have two sets of chords being played at the same time. It's like if you've wandered into a Japanese grocery store, or if you haven't been to Japan or anywhere in East Asia, then you would probably have no idea what I'm trying to say here. But when they play so many songs in different speakers at the same time, it sounds like a bunch of songs layered together, and it's very dizzying. And that's what this track gives off. And then you get these speedy, video game-ish beats and the buzzy, bassy synths. It's moody, it's strange, and I really like it. Then we have It's Only Pain, where you get so many layers of pitched vocals and synths. The vocal loops get repeated so much so that it loses its magic. And then Wish House, you get the avant-garde electronic piece where you get all sorts of buzzy, fuzzy sound play and metallic clings and clangs and ear-piercing shrill sounds. It's really sonically interesting. And even though it's not poppy or catchy at all, it's very clear that they're going for something different here. You're Burning Me Up Like This, you get the speedy climbing keys and a drum and bass beat that gets more and more enveloped in a thick, grinding bass. It's like I'm stuck in a spaceship and I'm slowly being sucked into a black hole. And I realize that nature and space will forever triumph over human technology. And the track You Don't Care is a bit of a throwback to Faith in Persona. You get the poppy pitched vocals on top of a deconstructed dance beat. It sounds like an AI but slowly breaking down. Malfunctioning. Rose Confession is a track that borders on ambient, and you get these really sacred, holy, reverby synths. The whole track is very intergalactic. There isn't much change and progression in the track, though. Kind of wish there's more. And the track Blast Jammer sounds way more fashionable and trendy. It has a glitchy trap beat, but then it transitions into the second half, which has these super bright and noisy big synth hits. I really love tracks that are, however intricate it is, it still manages to have a key change, and the first half and the second half sound starkly different. Following that, we have Cover My Eyes with the white noise. The whole track sounds like nothing but white noise, but a shuffly beat and some anime samples slapped on top of it. And then we have Killed the Duke of Earl, which is a more toned down track with a sour melody. And the melody is just so crushed and compressed and glitched out. And then at the end, it turns into this robotic club banger. And the album ending is Dark Channel, which is a very dramatic ending with pitched vocal samples, a spacey backdrop, and then you get these very loud bells, like church bells, and it builds up to something really dramatic. So yeah, overall, this is a very interesting sounding album. If you look into it and expect something more experimental and avant-garde, you will enjoy this a lot more. I don't think this is as good as Dark Life, but this is a very solid follow-up, and I'm giving the new Death's Dynamic Shroud album After Angel a decent 8 out of 10. So have you listened to the new Death Dynamic Shroud album? Comments below, let me know. Subscribe if you want more, and thanks for watching.